You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com, banging out the work here. You got questions, go there, send me a question, and I'll give you my advice, and it will be unlike everything you ever had before. It'll be truthful. No one's ever heard of it. It's a very precious commodity. That's why I charge for it. Hello, asshole. I'll try and keep this brief, but in general, what I'm looking for is a checkup in the same way you'd a doctor. If you visit a doctor, you'd see a doctor every few months to see how well I'm doing, what I should be focusing on, and some general tips for not fucking up. I'll give you some basics below. I'm a soon-to-be 24-year-old Canadian male living in the rural maritime provinces. In the past few years, I've been trying to unfuckulate my life. However, this has come slowly, and I feel your sage wisdom might be able to course-correct anything I'm doing at the moment. I have a fairly useless degree in European history. No, it's not fairly useless. It's totally useless. In history and education, however, I've spent the last few years learning French up to fluent or near-fluent levels to the point where I managed to score a gig as an on-site English instructor in rural northern Quebec, where 99% of the population doesn't speak English. The pay is pretty good, to the point where I can easily save around 900 Canadian a month, while only working about 20 hours a week. I also avoid most of the Marxist educational bullshit. I'm essentially a hired private tutor, and I don't have to join the using. Good. All right, there you go. I plan to use the extra time to do a lot of reading, learning guitar, improve my French, and exercise. I managed to lose around 120 pounds in about a year, going from a 920 land whale to a 170-ish skinny fat tart. That's not bad, dude. That's great that you lost all that weight. I also have a summer factory job I'm currently working where I have the option to work overtime. I can easily save around 2,000 to 2,500 Canadian a month. It's difficult work as it involves 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. day and night shifts, but it pays the bills. Next summer I have the option to sign a contract. Okay, so you save that much. Next summer I have a contract to sign up. As the plant expanding, could save around 300 a month if I sign on. Currently living with parents. Oh, that's how you're saving that much money. My utter stupidity in taking 6 years of schooling has cost me to the point where I owe around $17,500 in low interest line of credit, $38,000 in national student debt, and $7,500 in student debt, or provincial student debt. But with Canada recently changing the rules around student debt, I can be very flexible with the payments, so that I should never have, should I ever need, find myself short. Dude, you gotta learn to write, man. With payments, so that should I ever need, find myself short of funds, I can essentially delay payments for up to a whole year with my loan. I do, however, have a plan to be debt-free before 30. As a family relation who runs a school in the Gulf states, it can easily get me a job where I could save close to $50,000 a year, nearly tax-free. I'm quite average. All right, let's stop here. Why don't you pay off your debts? You're banking away $900 a month Canadian with the tutoring, $2,000 to $2,500. That's about $3,000. Let's just say $3,000 a month on average. Pay off your debts. Pay off whatever's the highest interest rate debts first. You got about almost $60,000 in debts. Pay those things off. That's what I would do. Live with your folks, pay off your debts. And don't bitch and whine about having to work 12-hour shifts. My ultimate goal is to pay off my debt and eventually work my way towards finding... I'm quite average in plain and attractiveness. However, I'm pretty much MGTOW, and I'm gay, so I really have no interest in starting a family. Well, if you're gay, then you wouldn't have any interest in women anyway. My ultimate goal is to pay off my debt and eventually work my way towards finding a job in the United States. I have a big interest in politics, but don't want to become a soulless American politician until I've had enough experience in the private sector. Well, you're also not an American. What are you, Barack Obama? You think you just come down? What's wrong with you going and running for politics in Canada? That scares me, that you just think you want to become a politician. Fuck you. You don't become a politician. No one moral does. Sets out to do it. Like, if you're old and decrepit, and okay, I've done my time, I've served my duty, then you go and become a politician like when you're 60. But the fact that you want to become a politician, why? Because and some other people's country too, no less. I know the United States just like, oh, fuck our borders, we're just open, hello, world come rape us. And I can understand why you think you just come here, and you can effectively. But if you had any moral qualms about why you go run for politics in Canada. Alright. If the American round isn't available, I'd probably look at a place like Vietnam or an emerging market where I can settle overseas to live cheap and avoid Canada. as it's frankly become social justice, the nation with the limp-wristed BuzzFeed prime minister. It's funny, even though you're gay, you're more masculine than your prime minister who's straight. And sure, I was wondering, what exactly am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Have I already permanently perma-fucked my life? Are there any skills you feel a young man should know before he's 30 if he wants to call himself a man? No, you're doing actually pretty good. The money you're making, the only thing is, like, pay off the goddamn debts. That's the only thing. And look, everyone thinks, like, they gotta... You've already made one huge accomplishment in life, and that is losing weight. So that's one big hurdle and accomplishment. Because, you can't do... That didn't happen overnight. That took time and months and discipline. And the rest of your life is going to be that way. Same thing with paying off your debts. You don't just pay them off tomorrow. You're just going to take some time to pay those off. But you're making enough and you're living at home that you can really make quick work of it. Let's do some math. 3,000 times 12 was at 36,000 times 2. Yeah, you could have your debts all paid off in 2 years. That's what I would do. Pay off your debts. Keep working. Sounds like, because what do you, and that's your take-home pay. So good Lord, you must be making around 60,000 Canadian with your tax rates. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Any skills you might want to pick up? I don't know. Maybe I would pick up something that you can get a job with remotely. That would be one thing, but that would be self-study or all that. You seem to think, oh, I got to make 6 figures. You're doing fine. You're making great money. I know you're living at home, but that's temporary until you pay off your debts. You're not going to be able to go. You're very lucky to have the job you do have now. It's simply because I don't know where else you'd get paid that much to be a French translator. I don't. So it's not like you can just pick up and go hang out on a beach in Thailand or Cambodia speaking French. So if you want to do that down the road, maybe lay the foundation to start studying something that you can do remotely or on the internet. Again, that lends itself towards IT, computer programming, stuff like that. You may not like that, but that's what it is. Or if you could get some kind of odd, obscure hustle like I got with Asshole Consult, something that you could do online and do location independently. What that is, I don't know, but in the general sense, it means, IT and programming. So that's one thing you can do. 2. Also, is there any advice you would give specifically to a Canadian to make it easier for those looking to eventually come into the United States? Since immigration is based around family reunification rather than a point system, it's very difficult to find avenues for coming to the U.S. Just come here legally. If you want to come here, study STEM, study engineering, become a doctor, something, that will help. You can marry into the United States. But honestly, just do it legally. Don't do it like the fucking illegal aliens coming in from whatever country, not just Mexico, but where they're like, you kicked me out and ruined my family. It's like, yeah, you had a family here illegally. Just don't fuck that up. Come here so you can work legally. Don't fucking harangue yourself with that handicap of not being able to work legally. You got to work in the shadow economy. Just don't do that. Otherwise, I don't know. Don't get too excited about the United States. I mean, I know you guys got prime dickwad minister over there. But you had Steve Harper beforehand. We got Trump now, but that's always in transition. But don't think the United States is anything better. We have worse fundamental finances than you guys do. We just happen to be a bigger economy. I don't know. I'd go hang out in British Columbia. If I was me and I was a Canadian, I'd just go hang out in British Columbia and hike. I'd go hike. Go hang out in Revelstoke. Go kayak in Salmon Arm. I ride my motorcycle all around there. That's really pretty much all I would do. Canada's not a bad country. You just got half the stupid people that you voted in one of the most pathetic human. I mean, I'm not just another. He's just a pathetic loser. He's a trust. You guys all hate Bush. Ooh, George Bush. What did you guys just vote in? Trudeau Jr. For fuck's sake. Yeah, you Democrats are all against nepotism, all right. Oh, I'm sorry, Labor, Socialist. What's your party called? What the fuck it is? I don't know. All right. just do it legally when you come here to the United States. Thanks, asshole. You're doing young men a good service around the world. I won't mention your name. All right, yeah, no, you're doing fine, dude. I think maybe you're just you have too much of a hurry. Like, oh, I need to do this. Yeah, everybody has problems, and most big problems do not have quick solutions that are solved tomorrow. So you're just gonna have to chisel away at that debt. Stay living at home, and so you got about 2 years between that time you pay off your debts. So just keep working your gig, man. I do that, but then in the meantime at home, maybe do some self-study and start evaluating another career option so that when you're sick and tired of Canada, you can just go to Singapore or Hong Kong or Paraguay and just chill out at a beach and make money remotely. And that's going to take a while. That's at least going to take 2 years to find out what it is and then actually go and master that so that you're employable and you can start getting revenue. So, all right, you guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. Old Captain will take care of you. Old Captain's going to take a nap, I think. We'll see you guys later.